and welcome to Vlogmas. Today is day 21 and I am fully dressed. That may or may not have something to do with the fact that we're going out in just a couple of hours, but I am fully dressed. Let's celebrate. I am wearing my perfect little cardigan again. This time in a glorious red. This is Holst Super Soft that I have held double for this one. I didn't get gauge, so I just went down 1 or 2 sizes and yeah, knit away. The colorway is called Venetian Red, and to me, this is one of the best reds out there. I really love it. It has this, it's a very deep color, and it does have just the slightest hint of a coolish, purpley undertone to it. It is beautiful. And the perfect little cardigan, again, is the one with the compound raglan and the ribbing detail with the faux cable running down the sleeves. It is relatively short in the pattern. It does have some short rows just to lower the back. I think often cardigans will like tilt and hang down, droop in front, but I have added quite a few short rows on the back to avoid that. You are knitting the button band as you are working the body, and also to avoid that drooping, there are short rows worked all the way up to the button band. But yeah, we are going out. I probably should start drying my hair, but I wanted to come in here and just show you my blanket, because there is a whole lot of blanket by now. If you watched yesterday's Vlogmas, you saw that I decided that the blanket was done in regards to crocheting more hexies. It's big. It is touching the ground as I'm standing here. It's a big, cozy blanket. And last night I started crocheting up the border, just because my thought was I wanted to get the border going before today's lunch so that I'd be able to work on it while we were out. I don't think I'm gonna bring it. It's big. It's very big to be sitting with. And also it works up really fast. So I will be able to finish it up tonight if we get home at a reasonable hour, or tomorrow. I have no worries. What I am doing is I am following the pattern down the sides here, because you do have this ripple effect from the hexies on the side. So I am following the instructions that are given in the pattern to this little border. I am going to make the border at least 1 round wider, maybe even 2. But for the top and the bottom of the blanket, I worked up the half hexies. So I'm just crocheting straight, and I am adding a few more rows to the top and the bottom, just because I thought it could use just a teeny bit extra lengthwise. I will say I am very, very happy that I did the half hexies. First, I like that it has a straight edge. Also, I like this rippled edge on the side, but up here it would have been much more if you took out these big ones. You can see the ripples would be not clumsy, but bigger, more noticeable. Also, I have noticed that because it is a blanket, there's going to be pulling on it, so the tips are gonna, they are gonna curl just up on themselves just a little bit. I am trying to counteract that by going not around in the border, but working in rows back and forth. That may help a little, but still I can easily see that if you had these big ones, there would definitely be a lot of curling up here. So I am very, very pleased with my decisions, and I am loving my wonderful blanket. It has so much color. It has so much more color than I would have probably picked out if I was just picking out colors for a blanket. But I am loving every single color that's in here. So because I have gotten so far on the blanket, I am gonna bring my baby plate, my often stick baby plate today to work on that, just knitting back and forth. But right now, as I am going to edit yesterday's Vlogmas, I will be working on a small crochet hedgehog for my granddaughter. She loves those little hedgehogs, and I'm sure you've seen them. Instagram and Pinterest has been flowing over with them. I found one that I thought was particularly cute, so I am going to start working on that, and I hope to be able to show you the results later today. Still not finished, but I'm gonna get to the drying of the hair at some point, or it will air dry and I'll just fix it after. That's gonna be fine. You know, today is one of my favorite days of the year, so I guess it's okay to just go with whatever the heart wants. It is the winter solstice, and it probably doesn't come as a surprise to any of you who's been following along that I love the long winter nights. They're so cozy, they're so calm, and I love that it's dark when I wake up, and I can wake up with the day, and it is dark in the afternoon, and the blue hour is long and glorious. And yeah, I'm a fan of the long winter nights, which is probably a good thing considering where I live. But the winter solstice, it's one of those wonderfully bittersweet days, because, as I said, probably one of my favorite days of the year, because it peaks. This is the peak. But the peak also means that it's gonna start going the other way soon. Well, it's going to start going the other way. It has already started going the other way. That was, what, half an hour ago, something like that. But it's not going to be noticeable anytime soon. So I am really enjoying myself today. That also means that rather than getting finished and ready to go, I have been sitting here crocheting on the hedgehog for my granddaughter. It's gonna be so cute. It is a free pattern. I am gonna link it in the description box below because it is adorable. And what you do is you crochet the body in 2 panels. So you crochet the front, the stomach, the face in some regular yarn, and then you crochet the back in some faux fur. I am using some Red Heart Super Saver for the front, and this Go Handmade Fur Fun, is that what it's called? Fur Lux, that was close. This is a Danish company, and I got a couple of balls last winter. I did crochet up a collar for myself, which is, it's so cute. But I had some leftovers. I am undecided as to how I'm going to make the back, because in the pattern it just says to crochet the front with, I think, a sport weight with a hook size 3.25, and then crochet the back with a single strand of a faux fur using a hook size 3.75, and that will give you a back piece that is 50% larger than the front piece, which will then give this cuddly, curvy shape of the hedgehog as you stitch them together. You also, after the fact, you crochet some ears and a snout and attach those. She's gonna be adorable. But I don't know, since I am working with a much heavier yarn, I am using a hook size 5mm for the front. So I'm guessing size 6mm is probably gonna be what I should use for the back. And I don't know if I can get it tight enough if I use it single-stranded, but I do have enough, I'm pretty sure, that I can do it double-stranded. I'm just, my only concern is the stuffing gonna peek out? You only stuff her lightly, so you don't have to be really, really tight, but you wanna be relatively tight when you're doing these stuffies. So I'm gonna do some experimenting with that. I did finish editing yesterday's Vlogmas. I am just gonna watch through it now as I continue working on the little hedgehog.
Not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish upon that star. The only